Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Earlier today, I made a video on how to create this. And I started thinking, without too much trouble, you could really make this special. Or maybe. We're going to try it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fill in every other one with a smart fill on black. But then I'm going to fill the other ones in with white. And it's a little bit difficult sometimes, so I'm going to put a yellow box around it, go up to Object, Order, Back a Page, so I can actually see the white appear. And then I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool and pick white and go every other one in white. Now, when I do this, I'm going to interact the Fill tool, and I can't really duplicate it over, and if you remember from the first video, I grouped that together so I can do that right there. But I need to put a box around, well, I don't now because I have the box there. I was thinking if you're this far, you could put a box around there to stop the white from leaking. But then we're going to take the white, and I would start with the biggest white one. And it's hard to tell you've got it picked because it's going from border to border. And I'm going to get the interactive fill tool, and I'm going to swipe across, and I'm going to put a darkness on both ends. And at first it's going to be all black, but when we start adding white back, that's almost perfect right there. That's going to look pretty good, I think. Now, the advantage is I can use the attribute eyedropper and put it in the other ones. Now, and it does pretty good. Now, you can't reverse it because you won't get that. So I'm going to pick the biggest white one here and kind of do the same thing. And I'm going to put black in both ends and try to get it pretty close to the same coloration. Doesn't have to be perfect. And that's pretty close. We're a little bit dark. And now I'm going to get the attribute eyedropper, and I can copy this one. Now, sometimes it doesn't do good on the link, but that's why I started with the big ones first, because I think it works better. And now let's group this together, Control G, Control D, and let's mirror it down. And take away the yellow box now. We don't really need it. I'm going to Control G, and I'm going to make this thing just 4 inches. And then I'm going to set my nudge factor on 4, but the first one I'm going to mirror it. So I'm going to Control D, get the two-sided arrow, and mirror it. Is that what I want to do? Or do I want to flip this one? No. I'm a little bit confused about what I did earlier. Because tell you what, let's break this apart. And let's flip this one. You know what? That's a new pattern. Let's go with that. That's totally different. Control G to group it, Control D to duplicate. And now I can just mirror it, or I can flip it and do like that. But then you could grab it all in Control D and do that. Hit the plus key or the Control D. And then, you know, it doesn't look as good as I thought it was. But if we do this, let's group this together for a second, Control G, and let's put a black background on it. It really will surprise you, hopefully, the way it looks. Well, doesn't look any different because the white, anyway, we could make it, we could make it a blue background. And doesn't really change. I had thought, I wasn't thinking about that. Because if you put on a black background, the black doesn't really show up, but maybe the white shows up more. Anyway, just something to play with. And I hope that gave somebody an idea or two someday, and thank you for watching.